Well, what is going on today, everybody? Hopefully you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today we have an entire case of Bloomburrow collector boxes from my friend and yours, Mark T. Mark, let's crack into a full case of 6 Bloomburrow collector boxes. We've never done this on the channel, a full case video, but I'm excited to try it. I don't know what we're going to talk about the entire time. We are cracking open a ton of packs here, but we have a full case of 6 Bloomburrow collector boxes. Mark is one of the gold wizards in my Discord server, and he wanted to crack open a whole case. So Mark, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get all the packs out. I think that's the best way to do this. The absolute craziness of Bloomburrow. So through talking to my reps and through talking to other people, this set really didn't come out as strong as people thought it was going to on pre-orders. So Distro was basically like, yeah, the pre-order window of this was actually kind of mid. It was actually kind of lower. It was the sales were kind of not as high as we anticipated on pre-sale. But then what they said is after release, everybody started ordering more, and it kind of went crazy. And people really upped their order. They had more people ordering boxes post-release than really any other set other than like MH3 this year, which is a super interesting thing. And maybe a new kind of factor. Wow, that's a lot of collector packs. This is going to be, if you stick it through to the end of this video, congrats to you. This may be a long one. We're going to see if Mark here can pull any of these raised foils, and wow, this is a lot of collector packs. Mark, let's just dive in, my friend. Let's just dive right in. So anyway, this had the most kind of restocks and reorders in a very long time. Season of Lost, starting it off with a Mythic. Look at that beautiful card. Mythic foil. So we're going to go foils and non-foils. We'll do Mythic foils, non-foils, and that's how we'll do it. We'll try to keep our piles in order for a long video this. Echoing Assault and a Wishing Well. There's really not that much in the uncommon slot. There's one artifact here that's above $1 or so, so we'll keep an eye out for that. That's the one that taps for any mana equal to like the creatures you control. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but Keen Eye Commander or Curator, and another season of Gathering. So really cool mechanics here. All the modal cards are really interesting. I think that is one of the things we'll probably be talking about in this video, is how much fun the set is to play and how people just really seem to enjoy. Oh, I gotta put the lands over the overprotect. There we go. All right, so the set is just absolutely bonkers, and people didn't really fully understand that. Baleful Strix, this is one of my favorite artworks in the set. Baleful Strix is an amazing card. One of my favorite like old-timey commander cards, and an amazing art there. Dorpout Mage, For the Common Good, and a Swarmyard Massacre, and then Gev, the Scaled Scorch. So the set comes out, and pre-orders are pretty low from a store perspective. And then it comes out and people play with the cards, and everybody sells out at pre-release, which was our experience. We sold out of play boxes. Now, I did kind of the opposite of what a lot of stores did. Lumra, Bellow of the Woods, another Mythic. There's 3 Mythics already. I did kind of opposite of what a lot of other stores did, and I really ordered a lot of collector boxes. I went pretty heavy on this set. Especially once spoiler season started, I asked my rep if I could get more boxes. So we had plenty of collector boxes, and we still have a good chunk of collector boxes. But play boosters on pre-release night completely sold out, which has never really happened to us. Manifold Mouse, other than Outlaws at Thunder Junction, it has not happened to us. And a Narset, Parter of Veils. I love these Imagine Critter artworks. I think those are my favorite in the set. I think that really brings to life the idea of this set, that it's our favorite characters being turned into like animals. I don't know. It's just cute. It's just a cute set. I know it's not for everyone. Like, I know there's somebody in the comments who's like, I just don't like it. I don't like cute magic. I get that. But there's a lot of people who like cute magic. There's a lot of people who are enjoying this. And a Kiss of the Otterball Elite, another Mythic here. Man, the frames are just good all around. The infamous Cruel Claw, another Mythic. The frames are really good. Just all around, the set looks really good. Let's get into some of the negatives before everybody just says I'm pumping the set. There is the value of the boxes are pretty contingent on these raised foils right now, and so if those raised foils don't hold up, I think you could see the set fall into the wayside. The average value of these things is like in the 150 to 200s for the foil, the raised foil. So you really, and they're like cards like this, like Clement the Warrior is one of them, I believe. Like you can get, they're expensive versions of inexpensive cards. And so there's some other value, but the idea of the value is that the value is really baked into $5 to $10 cards. And so if you're not like if you're like an expensive card person and you like to be able to sell just a couple of cards to pay for your box, Storm Splitter, that's not what this set is. This set does not have those kind of giant value cards outside of, again, those gold cards. Which are just more difficult to pull. I don't know exactly what the pull rate is. I'm thinking you get about one in every 2 or 3 boxes is what I've seen. We'll see how many we get in a case here. But that's kind of the biggest negative I see from a value perspective, is that the value of the cards is very on that kind of $5 to $10 range, which personally, as a store owner who opens boxes, I like that, but we have a lot of ability to move cards like that. We ship out a metric ton of 3 Tree City. As I'm talking about there not being an expensive card, we get the most expensive kind of non-gold card in the set, the 3 Tree City. This is a great card, and this comes in a couple of different versions with a different artwork and stuff, or different color in the artwork. There we go, Mark. A 3 Tree City to start up. I'm gonna put that in the Mythic pile because it's Mythic levels of value. So yeah. Oh my gosh, another 3 Tree City. What a pack! If you're gonna get 2 rares, might as well make them double 3 Tree Cities. Wow, that was incredible. Off to a good start. Yeah, so you have a lot of value that's baked into those kind of raised foil cards. Now, that being said, those cards are absolutely beautiful. And I do know of a couple of people, just in my own personal life, who are collecting full sets. Yirga, the Eater of All, who are trying to collect full sets of that. And I like when Magic does those kind of auxiliary collectible things. It kind of opens up the door to start collecting Magic again. To start like, hey, I'm not going to collect a full set because there's a million variants and there's a million different things, but I am going to select, oh, that's really cool artwork there. I am going to select, one little subset like that, and a Garrick, the Cursed Huntsman, in the Imagined Critters art. So like I could see somebody collecting all the Imagined Critters art. I could see somebody collecting, all the raised foils if they really wanted to spend some money. I know there are some people who, anytime I say this, that nobody set collects, I know there's some people who still do that. But I think when you have these subsets like the Imagined Critters, it's a really cool one too, in the Marinara. And a Liliana of the Dark Realms. What a couple packs here. When you have these subsets, it really opens up the door to collecting, and it brings people back into that kind of idea of collecting. And I think that's a really big win. So, but yeah, so then the second side of this that I think is going really well for Bloomburrow, and really the reason I think Bloomburrow market is so healthy right now. I mean, you've got collector booster boxes sitting at that like 225 range. One of the reasons I think it's doing so well is because the gameplay side of this is really good. The mechanics are fun, they're engaging, and they are exciting for people who are looking to play the game. And so when you do that, it brings out people who want to open up more boxes, want to spend the money to get them, and yeah, it's just a win. When the gameplay is good, it sells the set. That's what Magic does, better than really anybody. Is they utilize their gameplay to sell. Here's the Sword of the Squeak. What is this, a squirrel? Whenever equipped creature gets 1/1 for each creature, it's wow. That seems pretty good. Sword of the Squeak. There's another side of this too for the collector boxes that, the only way to get the commander cards is either the commander decks, which are holding up very well too. We've been selling a ton of commander decks, like online too. But the only other way to get those is from the collector boxes. And so that's putting a lot of the value of the that used to be in the play booster box or the set booster box into the collector box, which is driving the value up on the collector boxes because it's the only way to get those commander cards. You can only get commander cards in collector boxes or in the commander decks. Karn, they did Karn dirty, I'm not gonna lie. They did Karn dirty on that one. And a Zinna, the Valley's Voice, and a Lumra, Bellow of the Woods, 3 mythic pack. You always have one of those packs in each box. I've noticed with collector boxes, there's always one pack that is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, we're now a quarter of the way through the case. We get a Teferi Time Raveler here, Phineas H. Archer, Octomancer, and a Hearthborn Battler. Okay, so a quarter of the way through, Mark. I think you're doing pretty good. I think you've got a good chunk of mythics. You got 2 3-tree cities, which is pretty good. We're a quarter of the way through the case. Let's keep it going. 2 3-tree cities, a good number of mythics. No raised foils yet. No raised foils yet. I think if you're gonna do a case, you've got to pull a raised foil to really make it worth it. Nissa, Who Shakes the World. This is my favorite of the Imagine Critters. Nissa was one of my favorite planeswalkers when I played Standard back then. Had an amazing Hydroid Krasis deck with Nissa. Was absolutely bonkers in Standard. And that's the last time I played Standard. I would really like to see them actually bring back Standard. I just don't know that it can happen. Luminous Broodmoth, beautiful. Listen, if you're going to pick a Luminous Broodmoth, pick that artwork. That is gorgeous. And a Mr. Foxglove. The artwork is out of this world in the set too. Just absolutely beautiful. It's a great set, and I think it'll be interesting to see what the supply is. We obviously have had more boxes come to market, and both stores are gobbling those up, but also taking advantage of the sales. Oh, Maha! It's Feathers Night. This is the most expensive of the borderless mythics. Crazy card. 6/5 for 5, flying, trample, ward. Creatures or opponents control base toughness 1. Absolutely crazy card. Absolutely insane. The land cycles are cool too. So, yeah, I mean, there's been a little bit more supply. It hasn't been open order yet. So those of you who are gold wizards and the discounts in my server, it has not been open order yet. As soon as it is, like, I'm going to open that up for you all because I know there's a lot of people who are really looking for it. And I think that's the key, is that there is a ton of interest in this set from purchasing power of people who just believe in it. And so even when it does turn into open order, I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of time of which stores are able to get it because I think it's going to go pretty quick. Dark Star Augur. We saw this with Lost Caverns of Ixalan. They are showing that when there's not serialized cards, that doesn't mean that they're just going to reprint it. If they were going to do that, they would have done that with Lost Caverns of Ixalan, in my opinion. This is all speculative in my own opinion. But I think they were really honing in on the print runs, and they want these sets to have, sustainability on the market. They don't want to see collector boxes at, 1/10 or whatever of the price they want to see them. They don't want to see them at 25% under distribution cost on TCG Player. They don't like seeing that. Squirrel Mob. Get yourself a whole mob of squirrels. And you can pull Jace the Mind Sculptor. Man, I wonder if you're going to get a full set of the Imagine Critters in this case. That would be pretty cool. For common good. So, they are showing that they're not really overprinting now. which kind of opens up the store model to say, I'm going to buy boxes to be able to have and to be able to sit on for long term, and make sure that people in my, Fabled Passage, Mr. Foxglove, that was a good pack, and a Vren the Relentless. And, previously in the last couple of years, we got away from this idea of storing product in our stores because at the end of the day, it was going to lose so much value. And so you had to strike when the iron was super hot. I'm not saying stores shouldn't be striking when the iron's hot right now. Like, obviously, I think they should. If they can make money off of Bloomburrow right now, I think you should be making money off of Bloomburrow. But if you have the ability to order product and make sure you have Bloomburrow in 6 months when nobody else has Bloomburrow, that's, oh man, Glarb, Calamity's Augur. Beautiful. That's the kind of play I think that you can now do with some more security, that Wizards isn't going to throw Bloomburrow boxes up on Amazon next week and just kind of flood the market with $175 boxes or something. And a foil Narset Part of Veils. I remember when that base card was like a $5 card. What was that? Was that Throne of Eldraine? No, that was War of Spark, right? I remember that vividly, cracking open boxes of War of the Spark just to get an uncommon because of how powerful that card was and how rare it was to see. And then they put it in like a, they put it in one of those deck sets. Another Birds of Paradise coming, and a Dawn's Truth. I love that artwork too. They put it in one of those deck sets and it just completely eroded the value. We got Arthur, Marigold Knight, and we got Rawl, Crackling Wit. That was a 2 mythic pack there. People really like these lands too that have different, the 4 seasons for the same artwork. I've heard a lot of people locally being like, hey Louis, are you cracking all the collector boxes so we can get lands? Ooh, we've got the special guest is a Toski, Bearer of Secrets, legendary squirrel. I don't think this is like the best special guest slot, but hey, special guest squirrel tribal card is it's got to be something. Squirrel tribal going nuts right now. Everybody's building squirrel decks. All those squirrel cards. It's fun to watch when a set like this comes out and increases like the meta of something. It's fun to watch all those cards go up and see how the market reacts to those things. Cruel Gallus Heist. Man, I love these artworks on these. Anytime you have space interact with like the non-space, I'm a big fan of that art. I don't know, it just does it. It just 100% gets me whenever you bring in this idea of like Earth interacting with space, like a portal. Ooh, and Ink Eyes here. Ink Eyes is such a cool card. Ninjutsu is a great mechanic. Ninjutsu is one of the Seasons of Weaving. It's like the first reveal card. Another Mr. Foxglove and a Scrap Shooter. Ninjutsu, I think, is one of the most fair and fun Magic mechanics that like they rarely come back to. Maybe you think it's overpowered. I don't know. I'm not that guy, but it's a blast to play. Lumra. I have a couple of commander decks. I do have a Ninjutsu commander deck, but I have a couple of pauper decks that utilize Ninjutsu. And it's always fun to run those. They suck. I'm not going to win any pauper tournaments anymore with Ninjutsu. Although before, there was a time that you could do that. Oh, a Dragonhawk now. Fate's Tempest. This is a really good card too. 5/5 for 5. Flying. Whenever it attacks, X card to your library, X is the number of creatures you control, power 4 or greater. You may play those cards until your next turn. At the beginning of your end step, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. For each of those cards are exiled. Very, very good dragon. And this is where cards like that are driving this set. Not 100% because of the value, but also just because you're gonna see that card at the table quite a bit like lately. You're gonna see your friends throw that card in their commander deck. You're gonna sit down on the table, it's gonna get played against you, and you're gonna say to yourself, I gotta get me one of those. I gotta get me one of those. As the power level increases in the people around you, the power level ends up wanting to increase in your own decks. And that's what the set's doing for the multitudes of people who are seeing these cards at their commander tables, because it is so much fun to play. Okay, so lots of no more free cities there in that case, that section. But lots and lots of mythics, and we're still going. We're halfway through. We have still not hit any raised foils. No raised foils yet. That's starting to worry me a little bit, because we're halfway. I like to hit them early so that we don't run into it. Gitrog monster, beautiful. I drafted Outlaws. Never mind, it wasn't Gitrog monster. That's not in that set. What did I play when we drafted Outlaws at Gen Con? I got a Golgari legendary that was I don't remember what it was now. I thought it was Gitrog. It was not. It was definitely not Gitrog. Anyway, Gitrog monster is a great card and one of my favorites in some of my commander decks. Season of Loss. We're getting almost all the seasons in these borderless foils. That's a cool little collection too. I like it when they do those like sets of cards, like a cycle. Anytime they do cycles, I'm a big fan. It's fun to see what they think of in each of the color pairings. Yeah, so if you don't hit a borderless raised foil here, I think you lose some money. I think that's the play if you're going to go for a full case. I think you have to Hazel the Root Bloom and a Festival of Embers. I think you almost have to hit a raised foil in a sealed case to make it kind of get you over that hump. And now you don't have to hit like the best one, but you can more than pay for a couple of boxes if you do hit one. Those things they're expensive. And they look absolutely beautiful. So if we don't pull one and I don't get to show you one, I'll be kind of bummed. I pulled one. The only box I've opened of Bloomburrow for myself, I pulled one. And I sold it. I put it up on the listing. I think I only sold it for like $45 and it's come way up since then. I just listed it because I didn't want it. Nissa, Who Shakes the World. I didn't want the card we got. It was like one of the cheaper ones. I wasn't interested in the card. So I was just like, might as well just sell it. But I was kind of bummed at the value of those, and they have come up since then significantly. And I think that, again, is going to be the tell of if this set sees too much print or not. Baleful Strix, beautiful card. If it sees too much print, we'll see those cards really come down. And then it gets kind of weird to only have the $4 or $5 cards with no real big chases and that kind of thing. They are kind of like a pseudo, almost like a serialized card hit in terms of value, but without knowing how many of them are for sure on the market. It's kind of a weird, thing, to be honest. That was a bad pack. I'm telling you, every single box of collector boxes has one pack that is absolutely loaded, like 3 Mythic loaded. And then it has a pack that is absolute, like, horse crap. Absolute horse crap. Essence Chandler, Ant Queen, Valley Road, Tractor Scout, and a Tender Wild Guide. Those are a couple bad packs in a row. We need a Tree City. We need a raised foil. We need something spicy here, Mark. An Ink Eyes. That's like your 3rd Ink Eyes. You're going to have a play set of foil Ink Eyes, which is, I think, really cool. Season of Loss. And Dawn's Truth. Oh, man, I love that artwork, too. Sometimes these artworks on the regular cards get, they get underlooked because you just don't see them. They're not as flashy. We are fully in like the flashy world of Magic these days, where everything has to have a fancy border. I kind of miss the old days where everything was kind of basic. Zinna, Valley's Voice, although we didn't get cards that looked as good as that. And a Hugs Gristly Guardian. At some point, I feel like they should just go full borderless and get rid of the border. Like if they're gonna, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe you need like the collectability side of it, but a lot of times these cards don't have any additional value, and so to reduce the number of different variants, like who really would prefer the border variant to like the borderless variant? And if the market is saying that they're worth the same, is it not worth it to just like hone in the number of, oh baby, a foil? Ma, look at this, Ma. Look at me, Ma. Ma, it's Feathers Night. Wow, a foil in the Maha. It's Feathers Night. What a hit. What a hit. And this is going to be the pack. Look, 1 Mythic, 2 Mythic. We're going to get another Mythic here, right? I will almost guarantee it. I am glad I didn't guarantee it. I'm glad I threw that almost. But what a pack still. What an absolute bonkers pack. That Maha card is so good. It is so ridiculously powerful. The power level of some of these things, and a Dragon's Hawk, it's a good card too. See, that was the card that was supposed to be in that slot. The sorting just got jacked up in that 1 minute. That's why I was wrong. Yeah, again, like the thing about this set is that the gameplay is what's driving it. Like the gameplay, and they knew that the cuteness to Fairy Time Raveler, they knew that the cuteness, oh my gosh, back to back to fairies. They knew that the cuteness was going to be a factor and it was going to get people going. But man, is the gameplay side just driving this set. We have done now we did 3 pre-releases. We did draft on Friday night this week for this set. And now we have a sealed league that's going on. And all of those things have been top tier, like, involvement from our store. People are really excited about limited for this set because they just want to play the game. They just want to play with the cards. They're having an absolute blast playing with the cards, and that is what's driving the value of the set. That's why you see so many $3 to $5 card or $3 to $10 cards, because that's where the people want. They buy all those cards. Hugs. They buy up all those cards because they're having so much fun. And that's going to be the question with Duskmourn as we look forward to the future and to the next set. Can they keep that up? Can they keep creating these sets that drive people to buy commander decks and buy boxes and play limited? And can they keep that up? Because man, Eloge, the Shoreless Sea, I don't think we've seen that yet. Elemental Fish. Because man, have they been knocking... Oh, we put a Kitsa in the... There's another Mythic. Man, have they been knocking it out of the park in terms of the gameplay in recent sets. Outlaws of Thunder Junction, great limited set. This set, fantastic cards. People really excited. Modern Horizons 3, really excited. Lots of fun. And man, if they can keep that up, Magic is going to just continue to go on a tear of gaining new players, of exciting old players, and bringing people back into the hobby. And that is such a good thing for everybody, for all games. I think even bringing people back into the store is a win for all things. Okay, we are 3/4 of the way through. We still have no gold card. We need to pull another season. I think that might complete the seasons, if I recall. We'll do like a recap. We're not going to look if we completed the season, but we'll do a recap and see how many mythics we got at the end of this video. Because man, Mark, you got to hit a gold, dude. You got to hit gold. Squirrel Token and a Dreadmaw and Trancer and a Lumra. Yeah, so Duskmourn is super interesting because it feels like Wizards doesn't believe in Duskmourn, not gonna lie. It's kind of interesting. Like they are doing buy a box promotion with collector packs. So if you buy a box local only, if you buy a box in store, you should, for the first section of people who do it. I mean, it's limited. We didn't get an unlimited number of packs to do that, but you should get a collector booster if you buy a box in store from your store. Again, it's limited. Each store got a different number, but the point is it's one of the buy a box promo things. And that's crazy, man. Like that's a huge promotion. And then they're doing like another event later on in the year, I think. I don't know all the details of it. Where it's another thing where if you play limited, I think you get like a collector pack or something. I think it's like that big of a deal. And so at the end of the day, it's like, man, do they... Oh, Sword of Fire and Ice now. Woo! So that's 2 special guests in the set, which sometimes I feel like it's either special guest or you hit the raised foil. I feel like sometimes that's the way it is. That's what I've noticed with Outlaws. That's what I've noticed with a couple other sets that have the stuff. It's like you either hit the special kind of foil variant or you hit special guests in the box. But the way we're doing these, we're not going straight box to box. So I think there's still a good shot that we hit in a case a raised gold. Man, if we don't, I'm going to be like super bummed. But think about how bummed Mark will be. I mean, like, it's still good. It's been a good opening. We've gotten a lot of really cool stuff. So Duskmorn is going to be super interesting if they can keep that up. Eloge, the Shore of the Sea now in the full Monty and another Nalar. It'd be interesting to see if they can keep up just the overwhelmingly good gameplay that they've been doing. Like at some point you're going to have another Murders at Carlisle Manor where people don't enjoy the set mechanics. And that's the fear from a store, and the fear from the consumer too, that they're going to buy into a set that they don't enjoy. But from a store perspective, that's the fear. Oh, there's a first Patchwork banner. That's the $1.50. That's the $1.50 uncommon. Because what we don't need is a set that people aren't enjoying playing. Atlantia Divergent Swarm. We got another Liliana of the Dark Realms. And an infamous Cruel Claw. Yeah, anyway, that's the kind of question marks I think on sets like that. But Duskmorn, like, it still seems really cool. Like oh, we got one. Woo! Thank Lord. All right, we got Balin. What is this one? Balin the Haymaker. Let's take a look at that card. Let's do the rest of the pack. Baleful Strikes Moon. Let me get this crap out of the way. And boom. Okay, and good. Wow, Balin the Hatemorn. All right, I got the prices pulled up. Balin is a $210 card right now, Mark. Congratulations. Legendary Rabbit Warrior. Tap 2 untap tokens you control at 1 mana of any color. Oh, this is a cool one. I remember this card. This is a good one. Man, this is the token tribal. Tap all the things, get all the things in the full Monty. Different artwork. And you've got that kind of raised foil. This is what I've been saying they need to do, is have unique artwork on these cards that drives the prices and it dictates collectability. Congratulations, Mark. What an opening. The rest is just for fun now. I mean the rest is just for fun. What an opening. $210 massive hit. And it's still, the value of this set is still not held up by those cards. The value of the set is held up by these playable $3 to $10 cards that you are seeing a ton of, particularly in the collector boosters, because you've got those commander slots. That's how I analyze this set. I'm curious what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with that statement? I know there's the cute factor. I know there's the raised foil. I know it's the gameplay. But I think all those things culminate in the idea that there's a lot of those $3 to $10 cards that are driving the value. Rotten Mouth Viper. Arthur, another one. So anyway, congratulations, Mark. That's a huge hit. You've got 5 packs left. Now we're going for the double hit, okay? Because one's not always enough. Sometimes you want the double hit. You want to go back to, a Frogmite now, another special guest. So it's 3 special guests. Affinity for Artifacts. This is a great card. I think this is a Pauper card, right? This is in the Pauper Affinity deck. Yeah, super cool. I mean, it's a Mythic in this, but it's also a Pauper card. Yurga, Eater of All. Wow, that took a turn, man. That took a heavy turn. I think you could still get another one because of the way that we put the packs out, which I'm sure the comment section didn't love. But listen, what do you want from me? My piles now got messed up. I did pretty good on my piles though, comment section. Usually you guys are all over me about how bad my piles are. And so I've been working on it, and I've been practicing putting piles of things everywhere. 3 packs left. If anybody wants boxes and things, head on over to gamegrove.gg. There might even be a link underneath the video if you're looking to pick up commander sets. If you're looking to pick up all that stuff, we've got it all. And if you are a gold wizard, keep your eyes up and keep asking me for if I can get Bloomburrow. If I can get it, I will get it for you. I will keep asking to see when it's on kind of open order. And if you just want to hang out in the Discord server, head on over to KitchenTableTCG.com and just hang out there in the Discord server and talk Magic and talk card games and hang out with some people who love the things you love. And yeah, let's have some fun. Last pack, Mark. Thank you so much for letting me open up your case. Nothing in there, but then we get a last 3 Tree City, which is our 3rd in the case. We'll put it sideways so we count those. Pretty good case, I would say. You got one of the most expensive cards in the set. There's only 3 others that are more expensive than that one. So that's pretty good. Obviously, that pays for like one of the boxes almost. And then let's count our mythics. So we got the three tree cities, which is good theme there. And then let's count our mythics to see how we did in a case. So what you can expect for mythics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do this differently. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 non-foil mythics. 37 non-foil mythics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 foil mythics. So 37 and 28. That is basic math after doing the video this long is hard. That is 65 mythics in 6 boxes. That's pretty good. Plus you got the Balin, the Haymaker. Mark, thank you so much for letting me open up your case. You guys all have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.